stay with our coverage of the recommendations made by a panel looking into the feasibility of holding simultaneous elections. Now, the Law Commission too is expected to release its report on the same matter today. The Law Commission had also held extensive consultations with the Ramnath Kovind panel, and most of the law panel's recommendations too have been incorporated in the final report submitted by Mr. Ramnath Kovind, the former president, to the current president, Madam Draupadi Murmu. Let me go across to Harish for more on this. Harish, tell us about some of the recommendations of the law panel, which will be soon made public, which have already been incorporated in the Kovind panel report as well.
Yes, that's right, Siddharth. Just like the way we are talking about simultaneous synchronized polls, it's very interesting that both the two panels, like Law Commission and the Kovind panel, also were conducting synchronized simultaneous study on the feasibility of one nation, one poll. So now the Kovind panel report is out, and as you rightly said, according to Law Commission sources, most of the recommendations we saw in the Kovind panel report are the suggestions from the Law Commission. In fact, its chairperson, Justice Rituraj Avasthi, had attended most of the deliberations of the Kovind panel commission and made several presentations. And according to my sources in the Law Commission, all the members have signed the report. And today, by evening, late evening, it's expected that Law Commission will also submit its report to the Law Ministry and upload the entire report on its website. And coming to a question, most of these recommendations, like rolling out from 2029, three-tier polls for Lok Sabha, State Assembly and Panchayat and Municipal Corporation, then amendments required in Constitution, Representation of People's Act, Rules and Procedures of Lok Sabha, Rules and Procedures of Assembly, and also addition of one chapter in Constitution on one nation, one poll, with sub-chapters like simultaneous polls, sustainability of simultaneous polls, and common electoral roll. And also, very significantly, the point we were discussing, a unitary government if the government falls in case of hung assembly, and if there is a hung assembly, a poll only for the remaining period. So all these recommendations are basically recommendations of the Law Commission, which the Kovind panel has incorporated in its report.
Harish, now that the copy of that report is with President Draupadi Murmu, what's the next step forward?
In fact, both these reports now, which the Kovind panel has submitted to the government, in fact, it was the government which had set up the commission in September last to explore and study the feasibility of one nation, one poll. The government is already in support of one nation, one poll. Now the Kovind report is also supported that view, and now the Law Commission report, according to my sources, is also supporting one nation, one poll. Both these reports, Siddharth, this Kovind panel report and also the Law Commission report, will be studied by the government and implemented. And definitely, both reports say that as a lot of groundwork is required, it is not possible to be rolled out from 2024.
Right.
They are only looking at 2029. So both these reports will be studied by the government before it takes a final decision.
All right, so
back to you, Siddharth.
The powers of this particular panel, recommendatory in nature. The government will, of course, sit down and study this report. The timeline that's been set is 2029. Of course, a lot of legwork needs to be done before that with respect to certain constitutional amendments also being mooted in this report.